Alright, we're going in. Same TV. It looks like no one's here to watch, but I'm happy to watch it. And we'll go. I don't know who won the toss. Actually, I do know who... do I know who won the toss? It's not in the log. Anyway, Perfect Justice is on the defense, and the King of Loser is on the attack. Here's the big boss, and we are fielding Fungus Saloon. They gave him the they gave him the 101 to tempt the fungus out, and they got it. And it is a blitz on the shallowest kick you will ever see. Puppet Justice is never beating the admin abuse allegations. He's not obviously the director of the tournament, that is Yidluga, but he is a big figure in the Goblin Town Discord server that this is hosted out of. And unfortunately, he's never beating the favoritism allegations. What is this kickoff? This is a disaster. Or the King of Loser, because like they're gonna have the ball. Troll does go stupid. That's one of the activations down. But that's okay. You got the big man, Mr. Gold Chewer. It's gonna roll in and stand here and be very annoying. And we can't really do much to stop it. We have to have a miracle fungus turn. Jesus, 666. Let's hope you saved them all save some for the armor roll, buddy. Yeah, in comes the big man Varrock. You'll be seeing that animation a lot today. And he obviously, after every activation, he has to choose whether it's a mighty blow or to do the extra special crushing blow. He did do this in the semi-final and injured a tree or a troll. He injured a very big guy, and he didn't. Yeah, he injured a troll and he didn't regen. So it was a bit of a heroic crushing blow. Anyway, stuns the DT. Sneaky Git's gonna look menacing. Well, you don't mind losing the Sneaky Git because if it keeps the ball safe, it's worth. And now we got to scramble back. We got to hope that Fungus knocks down these two pieces or pushes them away so the troll can move, or both trolls can move. But Fungus has Loner and he doesn't have block, so it's a very scary proposition to just straight up 1 and 9 a troll to start your turn when you don't even have the ball. They have the ball. I don't even know where you go with this. Unfortunately, we can just 2 dice it with stunty dodges. Like we can just go and stand here with sidestep. We are going to fungus it first, looks like, and we can't knock this goblin down. We can't even push. We don't even push him off the troll. And then fungus goes back to where he came from. Then I assume he'll come back up. That's a 3, so I think he goes over here, or does he go in the middle? I think he might go in the middle. Yep, and he gets the knockdown on the troll. That was the scariest part of the activation, unless he runs into his own troll again here. Standing here is also quite bad because he gives them a quick pass. And he gets the push to keep the turn alive. And he pushes the troll free. So a productive fungus turn. All in all. Although it's not the idea. You ideally want him to be free, I think. Because he can go a bit further. Anyway, you can still vomit on this guy. And we're going to Saw Blitz the armor 10 plus. That is a very scary situation for a chainsaw to walk into, because what, 40% of the time it feels pretty GG on turn 1, because this guy's going to hit the floor next turn more likely than not. And we didn't even go with the ball. I probably would have just gone here and then just stunty dodge through with the wrestle and try and take 2 dice on the DT and bring the ball down over here. Because now what I assume Perfect Justice is going to do is he's just going to run the ball back over here and throw a bomb down here. And that'll be a very good turn for him, and he won't have had to do anything too risky. By the way, it was a nightmare kick into a blitz. Like, only so much he can do. You don't want to nitpick too much in the face of such reckless dice. Anyway, we're going to surround Varrock now and say, look, you can get the ball and maybe even the score, but we're going to kill your best player by a long way. And in comes the foul. Hooligan getting to work. Oh, I got raided. XS, my boy, how are you doing? We're watching some Stunty Cup, but it's a World Championship qualifier Stunty Cup game, and this is the final, as the title obviously says. And it's Puppet Justice, who you may know from Royal, going up against a name that I can never pronounce. I'm not going to try again because I butchered it so bad last time. But Puppet Justice has kicked off towards the opponent, gotten a blitz, and the ball would have landed here. Rolls in his Varag, catches the ball on his Goblin on just a casual 4+ roll. And the recovery turn from the King of Loser, which is the green team, involved chainsaw blitzing Varag. Believe it or not, Varag did not go down to the 7+ chainsaw. And it's looking pretty good if you're a Puppet Justice fan, if you're a Goblin Town Generals fan. But there is a lot of game left to play. Nice, took a 3-1. You love to see it. Who are you playing this season? I honestly have not been following a lot of Big O. I see you've got Newt. He's like referred to himself in the third person kind of guy. We had a guy like that in G-Man actually about a year last time I played in G-Man. But he played Skaven. It was very strange. But Jesus respect. Yeah, dude, this is a crazy team. So you can induce star players. So he's taken a leader troll to get himself Varag. Varag is like everything in this team. Playing Goblin as well. In that case, you're in the right place for Goblin's shenanigans. Although I am playing Dwarves at the moment, but most of the time I'm playing Goblins. I play them in Clan, where you can get things like Agi 2+ Pogo Sticks for free at the start of the season, which is very good, and takes them above meme status. But where am I? What's going on? This message. I'm using the Twitch app on my phone to read chat, and it's a bit scuffed. Anyway, so this turn went about as we thought. Just run the ball back, bomb on the ball and chain, and that worked. So rostering a Bombardier with accurate has once again provided some really good value, and it's turn 1, so it's very strong. Double inducement game, yeah. So this is a resurrection format tournament. So there were 16 teams at the start, maybe even more than that. Maybe it was 32, and you could roster pretty much every star player your team could roster. You can roster bribes. It's much like a tabletop format, and you had to meet a points value you could take with skills. You could get skills packages, star player packages, things like that. Both of these, so there were lizards in this tournament where they'd play things like Anky Panky, Crocs, and Skinks. Or we had like the stab skink and his friend. I can't remember the name of the other one. They were in a team. We had Underworld running up with like Underworld taking skills packages. So we had like tons of 2 heads and horns, like Underworld goblins, but no Skaven pieces. But in the end, it has just turned out that goblins have got a goblin diff. Yeah. So we did have a very fun instance in a quarterfinal where someone had a Bombardier and somebody had a ball and chain. The ball and chain player fielded it in the deep backfield, trying to bait the Bombardier into a long bomb to try and get rid of it. It was really stupid, but it kind of worked because the Bombardier was constantly moving to try and get better shots on the ball and chain. He was just spinning around in the backfield doing literally nothing. Didn't get bombed. And then it eventually took 2 GFIs to move forward and almost won the game. It was a crazy play. He cage dived with the ball and chain and almost got it. But I think, did I just miss Varag getting absolutely rolled? No, he came back. So I've been too busy chatting with you guys and not really following the game. But with the blitz that early, yeah, it's a great format. With the blitz into a catch, you don't want the self-inflicted casualties. Where's the dice log when you need it? Here we go. Sorry, I closed the dice log. That would give us better ideas. That was just a straight 1 in 9 dodge into a removal. And we're already down 4. We're down the Looney. That's what you get for chainsawing Varag. We're down a normal guy and Fungus is done, or he's KO'd. Now we have 4 goblins down. And there's no casualties for the defending team. This is the defending team. And yikes. And this is why Goblin mirrors can get pretty one-sided, because Goblin defense is usually pretty poor. So the fact that this has happened is a real come up. We do, as long as there's 2 guard trolls there, we do have throw teammate options, which is always fun. But the hooligan is down, and this is a bit spooky now. We're going to be winding up for a big time foul on this hooligan, because obviously hooligans, they start with sneaky git, they start with dirty player. Dirty player is an incredible skill these days, even better than it was in Blood Bowl 2. Sneaky gets a lot better, and this is a really good combo. Here comes Varag for his 3rd meal of the day, and sidesteps off the dirty player. Sorry, sidesteps. I don't know about that. So I would have kept sidestepping to try and deny tackle zones for this foul, but it doesn't look like it matters because we roll a 5 anyway on this guy. So what do I know? Anyways, this guy survives for another turn. Trolls can just come in and kill Varag. It's going to have to be like a troll blitz. Oh, here comes the bomb. He glands it, but not everyone's okay. It's a bit of a delayed thing. They're both stunned. Oh, what a bomb. Fucking donut badlow, just icing 2 people. And the next, there's going to only be like 5 people to activate. It's only turn 3. This is a really rough start. For King of Loser, I don't know. They're going to have some good mental fortitude to come back. We're going to start by punching Varag. 2 6s. Unfortunately, we have our fouling piece right here, so this is actually pretty good. Fortunately, he's surrounded by opponents, so it's actually going to be quite a rough foul. Like a very unlikely foul. We might have to take 2 dodges. And we're going to 1-die with wrestles to get rid of a tackle zone. Nice. Most importantly, get the wrestle guy on the ground so he doesn't die. And in comes the foul. We're going to dodge to safety, and we get the break. And that's a KO on Varag, and all of a sudden we have life, because that is pretty much all of the team value on this team is in Varag. And if he stays out, if he sleeps, chat, it could be a disaster for Buffer Justice. It could be a 2-1 overhaul. You never know. There's life now. Yeah. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks XS for coming on. And the ball is going to move nice and slowly down the pitch. The wrestle Goblin having to use the wrestle skill has meant that this is now incredibly safe. Unfortunately, because he's on the ground, we can't throw teammate him either. But the ball is just on a diving tackle little bleb, so who knows if we might just run at it with our diving tackle and try and get a cheeky pow. Anyway, troll on troll violence. That is a 1 in 9. So if ever just his turn is over, he won't get a shot on the wrestle. He's going to re-roll. He's only got 1 left for the half. And oh wow. I don't know if you guys caught that, but he injured himself and then revived himself off the regenerate. That didn't regenerate. That would have been a huge swing turn. As it stands, he might have to score early. Unfortunately, that troll is very stupid. Not a great time, but it's back on. I would say it's definitely back on. At least with this guy. This guy is now an option. You can come all the way in. Blitz off this DT here. Just stands up. We're going to stand up and blitz though. We're going to just go for damage back here. And try and force an early score. Try and force a bribe to be used on the Bombardier already. At least go star player for positional. Oh, who knows? Fungus. Sometimes Fungus comes back, you know. And we do. I don't know. I assume we're bribing to keep Fungus because we've got 2 of them. You can throw teammate down and even stun players. Yeah, I did not know that. So this is why I need to get. I haven't played much Goblin in Blood Bowl 3 rule set. The like 2016 new rule set. 2020 rule set. I didn't know you could throw teammate down players. That's cool. I'm gonna do that next time I play Goblins. I would have been tempted then to kind of throw the wrestle over there. But this is a safer play. Get the foul, get the removal. get a troll marking more goblins and just say, look, dude, you might have thought this was a good spot for you, but it could get a lot worse. And because the wrestle is up and the wrestle can hit every square in the half. So you're gonna, the puppet judges is gonna have to go backwards here. I say that as he runs forwards. So he clearly is. He's probably the better goblin coach. I'm trying to figure out what the angle is here that doesn't get you just wrestled. Oh, they don't get to do the landing rolls. Oh yeah, no, that would be OP. Imagine you could just like land back up on your feet. That would be kind of crazy. Okay. Now, if he runs the DT in here, he's a 7. I think I'd put a diving tackle here now. Just to force like some horrible dodge dice. Or at least force a 1 die with the wrestler. Because the wrestler's the main problem, right? Like if you force the wrestle to like 1 die this goblin, then you kind of just hope you can just hope he doesn't roll a 6. But we're gonna play a bit more Tory. And I guess the chainsaw stands here. I don't know if this is good enough though in the face of stunty players, because we can just run through to get to this square and then run the sidestepper over. The troll is a nice little tackle zone roadblock that forces extra dice, but it's definitely hittable. A hittable ball. And our chainsaw's going to come out now and force a stun on the DT. That's a useful stun, actually. That's what your chainsaw's for, not for chainsawing the orc. It's for stunning the DT goblin. Now then. This troll is lost for the drive, unfortunately. By the time he gets up and stands up, these goblins will all need to run downfield. Yeah, but we do still have the wrestler. But there's no pickup now. That's the main thing. There's no pickup. Here's the diving tackle. We are going to throw someone into position, though. We rolled a 1. That's very unfortunate. I might re-roll this just for hope for a wildly inaccurate and we get somewhere down here. And he's also failed the landing. And he's injured himself. Seriously hurt, Goblin, that. Yikes. There goes your sidestepper, and this troll goes stupid. So the trolls have really had a bad couple of activations there. And after all of this, it's going to be a wrestle 1 dice spray, I'm assuming. And then hope that he can't pick it up. He only has 1 reroll left. Just for justice. He took that troll reroll on a 1 and 9. And in comes our 1 dice pound. We get it. First time of asking. We do wrestle because if we lose this guy, it's a nightmare. And that is not gettable. Unfortunately, we can suicide run down and get to here with a lot of dodges. I believe that's what we're going for. Oh my god, we make them all. Until the rushes. We take a reroll here. Big foul, but no break, unfortunately. Rolled a 7, needed an 8. But it's sidestep on the ball. Most importantly, sidestep on the ball. And there's definitely not enough goblins here to... not enough pieces to force it off. Because he will always just sidestep onto the ball if you don't knock him down. Yeah, I think on balance, the 2 leader trolls, the 2 guard trolls, like, you should win the frontline fight. The problem, I think, is, and you also have an Hooligan. The Hooligan diff is huge. And I think this is quite a good half, just because Varrag's not on the pitch. Big chainsaw deals with this nice and easily. That's what you save chainsaws for. Getting rid of sidestepping armor 7s. But the Varrag has not been punching, right? Like, some people would say, like, oh, Varrag's not been punching, so it's been fine because they haven't taken much attrition. But they've lost 5 pieces, and Varrag's not even been on the pitch doing the damage. He's just been on the sideline having a nap. And they've still done this much. That's another 1 in 9. There goes your last reroll. So now we don't have a reroll to pick this ball up. So it's going to be a straight up 3+ dice roll to score on his opponent to drive. And even then, because of the way that this is shaken out, we have to run all the way around. Oh, we have sure hands. Never mind. We're sure hands players. But the wrestle is still here. Oh, here comes the fight. I may have jinxed this guy. Okay, never mind. All good. Still no doubles. The ref is on holiday because he knows that it's Goblin Town Cup competition. He should not make himself known until he takes his required bribes at the half. And there we go. What have we got available? We got an hooligan. We got this boy. And we have the wrestle coming up off the ground. Looks like we're throw teammating the prone guy, which we were talking about earlier as a thing you can do. A 3 is acceptable, I think. It's wildly inaccurate. Oh, what a square! Oh, this is incredible. DT on the ball now. And all of a sudden we're back. The last ditch throw is might come in really clutch. Unfortunately, the chainsaw is still standing here menacingly. But we could at least drop the ball, put the wrestle and the diving tackle player up on their feet nearby. I think it's safe. The problem is we're surrounded by diving tackle here. So this dodge out is unlikely. But we can take a 2-die. We just... Oh, this is on diving tackle as well, actually. Yikes. It's 4 plus city. 5... No, 5 plus city, right? That's 2 to the roll. Yeah. So it goes from a 3 plus dodge to a 5 plus dodge. So we are just going to have to 1 dice. Yep, here we go. That's a skull. We use the reroll now. We're not going to throw a teammate if Puffet Justice scores on us. We're just going to send it. We are going to push back. Which pushes the chainsaw back a bit. But unfortunately, this is now pretty secure for the Goblin Town Generals, because you have to assume, or maybe not, because we do have a reroll, but we have enough pieces to probably just push the sidestep, this diving tackle off without needing to risk a chainsaw 1 ending our drive. We should be alright to take it to the big house for 1-0. On defense, no less. So he'll be 1-0 up and catching the ball again. Anyway, 10-10. Fair try from the green team, the king of loser. It was a terrible kickoff result. Probably the worst kickoff. Like the actual worst kickoff event situation. I believe. And we're going to push diving tackle off smartly. That leaves us for the wrestle. Choosing a push direction, yeah, just get the diving tackle nice and away from that ball. We've got plenty of movement to work with. So now we can blitz with the bombardier if we really want to get fancy with it. That's an animation that you don't see very often. The bomber knockdown, break armor animation. That could be fun. Assume it'll be with the bombardier. It's a little bit worried of running out of squares to run, but we can always just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think just running in this angle and pushing here is the game-winning play. And we're gonna make triple doubly sure by marking with the bombardier. Could have thrown a cheeky pass here. We're gonna chainsaw. And the chainsaw, I'm surprised we chainsaw there, because that could have just rolled a 1. Surprised we didn't go with the diving tackle. Looks like we're trying to stall for another turn. Or are we just going to roll a 3? We might just roll a 3 plus here, chat, and go in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can just walk in if we really want to. Going into the time bank to think about it, though, yeah, we do just do that. Alright. And after all that, it's 1-0. 2 turns left to play. We can have a little run down the sideline if we want to. But gonna need a good kickoff result. So yeah, a lot of casualties. Luckily, both these teams have very deep benches, so it's gonna be all right. Hopefully, but the Generals have barely taken a scratch. The ref's gonna take his money, I suspect. We'll watch this shake out. Do we go? We're going to argue? We're going to have an argue here. Unfortunately, it was neutral. We have to decide whether we're bribing a knocked out player. It's a tough decision, especially when they still have Bombardier. I think Varric stayed out though. Can't remember the order on the KO rolls. I think Varric stays. But maybe they do the KO roll. They might do the KO rolls after this decision actually. Does nothing. Fungus is gone for good. Noted. Now we're asking about the Bombardier. And now that the Bombardier's gone. So now that Fungus is gone, the Bombardier can go as well. That's a lovely trade. Varric does stay on the floor having a nap. But God, we're down 1, 2, 3, 4 players out of 15. So we're out of bench for the King of Loser. Yeah, KO's having enough to call off. Thought so. Yeah, I wanted to see the Bombardier animation as well. I saw the foul animation the other day. It's great. He just drops the ball, drops the bomb on him, like yo-yos it back off of the bomb and catches it. Like he throws the bomb onto the ground where the guy is, hits the guy, and bounces straight back into his hands. It was clearly like a last minute shit, just boomerang the animation, but it works. It does still look pretty good, in my opinion. Oh, we're trying to do some sort of anti-throw teammate tech here. But I think with it being a 2-turn drive, not a 1-turn drive, is that you need to have some sort of response to a potato. We have a roaming safety leader troll with movement 4. Not sure about the viability of this. I might have just put him on the front line to try and force their trolls to also be on the front line. But when there's 2 guard and you have 0 guard, I fully understand. This is we're going in a shotgun setup here for Baki. Never mind. This is really interesting. I guess we're going to throw with this troll, so we're keeping him free. And we're hedging our bets on where the ball lands by keeping him dead center. We also have a turn to reposition him. And if we set up on one side, Puppet can always spend his turn 7 just setting up a perfect, like, loose screen, like, all over this half or all over this half, so the landing is always going to be difficult. Here comes the kick. Last time this was a blitz. This time it's a pitch invasion, which stuns both trolls on Puppet Justice's side. The Goblin Town Generals suffer from the pitch invasion. He's not happy about that. Yeah. I haven't seen these emotes yet. So they've got the coat, they've got the squig. They've both got the squigs coaches here. Squig riding goblins, that's cool. And the emotes are coming out. It only took 7 turns. But you love to see it. Hey, first bot of the day. There we go. Right. Dub skulls. I heard you wanted to throw a teammate. Apparently not. Apparently you've been cursed to 1 in 9 hell. Down goes the wrestler. And there's a sneaky kid. Look at this sneaky kid might run in and foul here. There's definitely a world. You can get an assist. Absolutely get an assist. Yeah, we're going to come in for a big time foul here. 2 assists, sneaky get foul. To get rid of the best, probably the best defensive piece left on the King of Loser. Aside from the diving tackle. But if this guy gets injured, it's a really tough way back. Oh, hey Magnus. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Throw teammate is still a thing, but I don't know if you can give too much weight to the no reroll throw teammate where both the trolls are like stuck marked. You don't want to go too. There's also a surf opportunity here, I think, as well. Oh, never mind. That guy just moved. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. How's your season going, Magnus? I think you're still playing Stunties in Revel. I swear I've seen some match reports here and there. Blitz the back throw off. That's true. See what they come up with. I'm gonna take our free 2 dice block. Maybe I've been burnt too many. 1-2, drawn 2, lost 4. That's pretty good. You're playing Stunties, right? That's a good record. You're not too far off T-Cell with that record. Anyway, Bubba just is going to go into the bank here. Both coaches acting pretty swiftly. We are going to go for this foul now. Oh, we break. Only a KO, you might come back. But it's bad news for a fun competitive game fans out there, because that was a big part of the defense. It's Marius the halfling coach. Oh, you'll crush him. Sure, you'll be fine. And we go for damage. And we get another injury. And this guy's not even hurt. Buffett's got the admin dice. I swear, man. This is brutal. Varek's barely been on the pitch. And look at this bench. 6 goblins down on turn 8. I mean, that's usual goblin attrition. Fingers crossed. I'm sure you'll be fine. Anyway, we have a 3 teammate potential here. Kinda. Not really now, actually. Because, sorry. We'd have to, yeah, no, we can't do it. Because we can't get the troll around to actually throw this guy because of this goblin. And, not a lot of vomiting going on. I saw Ratty put up a chart, said you should probably be vomiting if your trolls don't have block. But neither coach taking that on board, or maybe not believing in the maths. And we do free a lad up, so I think it's going to be a handoff, run over, and a pass to this bloke in 2 tackle zones. That's kind of what it has to be at this point. And we do screen off just for the threat of a get up and throw play, as opposed to, say, fouling with the hooligan. We catch. There's life in the play, but we haven't done the hard part yet, which is throw a cross-field pass from midfield here. Oh, we're going to throw. We've cleared a lane. But the troll fails to GFI. Oh, and it stuns itself. I'm really off of it. How did I not notice that? I think it's because our tackle zone is turned off or something. Oh man, that was a really sick play. Imagine if the troll didn't roll a 1 there. That would have been really good. Okay, if we'd snuck a 1-1, would have been well worth losing our wrestle piece to the KO. That was a nicely worked turn. Until it went wrong. And our puppet gets a revenge turn. Hopefully he gets a big old foul on somebody. Trolls have unstunned from the pitch invasion, so we might see a get up and run at. Never mind, we just roll 6s on our 2 die blocks anyway. Bang. That's DT on the floor. We are attacking, so I doubt we'll be fouling with our sure hands piece, and we get another 6. Jesus wept. Feels like almost every block's been a knockdown. And that's another KO. Becoming a very important set of KO rolls, as it usually is in Blood Bowl, but more so in this game, because 2 of these 1, 2, 3, like these 3 guys are such good players with this standard of play. By standard of play, I mean it being a Goblin mirror, where the stats are usually quite low across the board. Suspect we are going to go for the foul. A run up and foul maybe with a DT. No, we're going to hunt with the sneaky kit. Make this dodge. Around we come. Makes the break, as you do. And that's another injury roll. He's out of here. No appos here. Because none of these guys have value or worth saving. But as a result, we're now down 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. 6 for the match. And the wrestle did come back. But so did Varag Gulchur. And now we have to... King of Lose has to turn it over against the Goblin Town Generals, who will now be attacking. This could get ugly, chat. We're looking at pitch clears. We're looking at pitch clears. But we're down to the Magnificent 8, I think. If I can count. Yeah. And we're going to offset a little. Go 303. And hope that eventually Puppet Justice rolls some damn pushes. Because it's been knockdowns all day. So far, it feels like. Maybe a little blitz kickoff of our own. A nice kick goes here. Blitz activation. Troll comes in. Doesn't go stupid. Something like that. We'll see. Leader's Troll has survived. So we're going to get one back. One reroll back. And you might wonder how this guy's got so much. It is because he has a leader troll and one reroll rostered. As lean as you can really get. Because you're thinking that you got Varag with block. You've got a sure hands guy to pick the ball up. So you're only really going to be rerolling troll 1 in 9s. Which won't be that important if you're playing properly. Because you have Varag to do the important stuff. And Chainsaw's rolling 1s. And the occasional hero dodge play where you've used the dodge skill already and you got to try and run through 5 people to score. So that's why this team is so lean and mean. Whereas you look at the King of Loser, they've rostered 3 rerolls, which is quite an expensive investment compared to a leader and 1 reroll. And they don't even have a sure hands piece, so I agree. The fact that oh, here we go. Prez to Nuffle. Puppet Justice has to give his players loner. So he's giving a few line goblins loner, I believe. And the ball is way deep. Ball might scatter out of bounds and we go the old like scatter to here. Crowd throws it back over here, but we're really clutching at straws. We're going to do a screen as well. Because you just never know what these guys... You're really playing it safe here. Securing our World Cup ticket. Our World Championship ticket. Is it a World Cup or a World Championship? Oh, I think it's a championship. But we're hoping that either of these guys, they actually play goblins. And we do see some vomiting coming in, but unfortunately they miss. Both times. But we're hoping that they take a Stunty team to the World Championship. Because they did win their ticket. Whoever wins this game, they did win the ticket playing Stunties. And here come the pushes. About time. We actually don't take much damage so far. Most importantly, there's no one to foul with Puppet Justice either. And we can dodge these guys away. And Varag is in troll range. And this guy's not afraid to lob a troll and take a 2-die block. So we're going to have to screen this off with our sneaky git. Which I think Puppet Justice will trade out. Yeah, Chainsaw is still on the pitch, I believe. Yeah. So even if we go for the wrestle play, we're going to stick Chainsaw next to Ball Carrier, which is the Goblin classic. And go to town on anyone who dares to sack. That's a 1 in 9. I suspect we let this one go. Yeah, we'll just try and fish for even more damage. And what is going on? That's another both down. The Puppet Justice Goblin is barely even winded, and the other guy has to be carted off the pitch. Shenanigans. And we're getting some instant... I like this now. We're getting some instant turn orders and instant play. Just because it's gone so badly. Like, there's no real point even thinking about the defense too much. You just got to try and kill something. We finally get a power when we roll a 6 on the armor check. It's not been It's not been the best. I think some of the choices I wouldn't have done, but at the same time, if I'd been faced with such a horrific start that was completely out of my control, I also probably would make misplays. But we're gonna get a throw off, and this is a 5. I think we take the 5, land it downfield, and unfortunately the kick is just so deep that we can't actually threaten the ball. And if anything, we've just moved ourselves into chainsaw range. Having a drink of water. It's a lot of talking, commentating. Kind of forgot about that bit of it. Anyway, the hooligan's safe. We've thrown out some chainsaw fodder. And this does force, you know, we can't just send 10 to try and kill everything now, because there is a backfield throw. We do have to play for the ball a bit here. We actually went for that both down, that random 1 in 9 block before picking the ball up. Because we're that scared of the scatter going out of bounds on 10% and potentially costing us to drive. So, because we're already 1-love, I suspect Puppet might just hold it deep here. Just hold it here, like as long as he can. We're going to mark the sure hands and pass turn. Okay. I mean, I like the logic. You're getting chainsawed anyway. You may as well, like, get in the way a bit. I probably would have not marked, because if the chainsaw misses, we can just block again. Yeah. Goblin defense is always rough. Right. What's Varag gonna get up to? I think it will just be chainsaw blitz, so Varag won't do anything. But I'm happy to be surprised. Yeah, I can't believe there's been a couple of knockouts, but otherwise the Goblin Town Generals have cruised it so far. Imagine the chainsaw. We're a chainsaw snake away from a good time, though. Think of it that way, because if it does snake, then we're just gonna try and score with the Ricky Goblin. Diving tackle is not real if you don't look at it. It's like it's bad to say it's like a coil head, but it's the opposite of a coil head, isn't it? This is a good angle. We did roll a 1. Oh, yo, we did see a chainsaw snake. Chat. I've seen 5+s that get made before, especially with the dodge skill. It's a Khemri Blood Bowl, but I believe in the dream. We can do this. There's a light in the end of the tunnel. I just realised I've got my stream on my phone, so I could hear my own voice. Gross. I think we might throw the boys down here. Yeah, we're going to try and throw everyone down. We roll a 1 on the trial activation. I assume we're going to then throw this lad. Just to get some numbers, because all of a sudden it's on. Like, now there's no chainsaw, the diving tackle, if there were diving tackle, and the wrestle, if there were still wrestle, would be really good. But unfortunately, all the skilled goblins are on this sideline here and not actually on the pitch. That's interesting. I thought we'd throw one more. We're going to just run the wrestle into a midfield position. So he's the insurance, I guess. And then we're going to ask diving. Oh, we rolled a 5, guys. We rolled a 5. Diving tackle's not a skill. Oh no. Don't do us like this. Yes. They pushed him out the way. And this could be, we might have a game on our hands. Come on. Everyone wants this to work. I've never wanted a 2+3+1. No, don't fail the GFI. gets it. He gets it. It took 2 rerolls and a snake, but we're back to 1-1. And there's another KO roll for the Green Goblins. They're going to get some positionals back, surely. Or at least some goblins with skills on them. And it's going to be another send-off roll. The ref will be asking for the chainsaw to leave. And so he does. Ironically, the ref's been the best send-off, the best player for the Green Goblins. Right. Big score. And you're right, Magnus. I don't think you can. I think you only get one. I think he'd started a throw teammate activation with a really stupid... Yeah, no. No, you are right. Now that I think about it, you can only do one throw teammate activation a turn because it's technically a pass. Alright. Try again, Puppet Justice. Try again. Did anyone even come back? Let's check the KO rolls. No, they both failed. For God's sake. It's alright, just do what you did before. Guys, just do what you did before, but with even less players this time. You got 7 instead of 8. It's ridiculous, isn't it? The vomit's not really doing anything. Everyone's going to question Ratty's chart because we're now 0 for 4 on vomits. Nice. Hey, I'm hella rusty. Oh, it's good for me to learn the ins and outs, and at least remember the ins and outs. Barak's turned up, just stunned it out. He's realised that, you know, it's a bit of a brutal game and he's trying to keep it fair. But what do we do now? Imagine, I just really wish that these two had stood up. Like getting a side step on the ball when there's no chainsaw. We could have had some really stressful, like, you know, 9 dice fishing for a knockdown sort of situation. And of course the Goblin is here to show the trolls how it's done. And finds a 6 again. These guys in 6s. I mean, they're rolling a lot of blocks, but it feels like a lot, like, it still feels wrong. Feels like there's a very high share of pals going around. I'll have to check the dice log afterwards, I think. Maybe it's confirmation bias. I'm creating a storyline from thin air. Although I see blocks like this. Okay, the guys are wearing armor. I like to think they've cannibalized the 8 goblins on the side, and they've put enough armor on after those 8 goblins to actually protect themselves from whatever these Goblin Town Generals players are doing to them. But we're getting there. And this is quite a safe cage. We got Varag, we got our Sneaky Git coming in for some fouling. Ref is Bing chilling. And we're exposing ourselves to the we're leaving open the throw teammate wrestle, but our 2 diving tackle players are stood here like daring you to have a go. But I think you should just do it anyway. Simply because, you know, you don't have enough players and you can't defend anyway. Oh, target. Target hit. And what is this? Nargly the green missile is hit by a thrown goblin and knocks it out. What are these guys wearing? Are they just covered in barbed wire or something? That is outrageous. It's kind of funny though. Let's be real. It's kind of funny to see a goblin just hurled into another goblin and the other goblin's fine. He just takes a knee. The other one is going to be concussed for the rest of his life. Anyway, the diving tackle does walk up now. They've seen what just happened and have realized, oh, this game is over. assuming, of course, the Pepper Justice can actually affect a 5-turn drive against 5 players. And you'd hope, because it's looking like he's going to be our representative at the World Championship, that he is competent enough to do that. I suspect he'll be fine. He's not, as long as he doesn't OD on painkillers between now and 15 minutes from now, I'm sure he'll be okay. We're taking it slow, nice and easy. Just drawing out the torture for the other coach. More Goblin pals on blocks. These guys don't know the meaning of the word push. The other one bites the dust. This is so poor. It's so brutal, man. In true Goblin Town fashion, when you're down, you don't get helped up. You get mercilessly kicked. And this is going to be a 5-assist foul with Sneaky Git. This is the entire state of the pitch. They all fit into like an 8x8 radius. Still no blitz activation. Here we go. Barag wants the wrestler. Doesn't get him. That's quite funny. I like how the hired killer can't get anything down, but the random fodder goblins are just killing machines. Speaking of, ref's finally had enough. And he rolls a 6 on Argue the Call. Of course he does. Dude, this guy took on a troll missile and lived. And knocks the other guy out. And we see the celebrations coming in from the sideline. We roll another 1. Oh my god, just call it, lads. It's not happening. We kind of have 5 seconds just to sit there and wonder what we did to deserve. But at the same time, getting to the final of a Blood Bowl tournament does take a little bit of luck. Unfortunately, Agi Padinakopi's luck has run out at the worst possible time. And that is after you've committed like a month and a half of your life to thinking you're going to make it. And then it just goes away. Wrestle dives. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. I think we're going to save it all for throw teammate. Yeah, we're saving the reroll for throw teammate. Or are we just hoping that we've got enough players? Oh my god, he's a dead man. I wasn't even aware of this. Oh, you gotta get on the I have exclamation mark. Is this still a command? No, I don't have it. Alright, let me... If you, on my channel banner, there should be like an image of a goblin. I think if you click on the goblin, it takes you to the Discord, but the invite link might be expired. But, feel free to have a look. I did ping this in the Rebel streaming channel, but I didn't... Obviously, it's not a Rebel tournament, so I couldn't use the Rebel streams ping. Unless I wanted, like, Harrying Sword to batter me. Which no one wants. No one wants to get battered by the Harrying Sword, as he speaks to you in that soft Geordie/Cambridgeshire accent that everyone loves. The cage is moving up. The victory parade, as it were. And I believe this is Varag knocking over a train troll. Yep. We might even use his power. Oh my god, it's dead. We've had enough. Oh, he gets up. Alright. It was a fake death. The troll's had enough. He wants to go hit the showers. So he's faked his death casually. And now he's off for a shower because it's over. Oh, it's worked. I'm glad it still works, Bob Marjorie. Thank you for testing that out, because it has been actually almost half a decade since I added that. So, good to see the invite link hasn't expired. And we're going to blitz the Hooligan. And we are now in the waiting room for the throw teammate attempt. Because we still have a troll. You assume at least 2 of these guys are going to stand up. And so there is still a world where we can score and make it 2-2 and continue this into overtime. I love the wrestle dive into death. Really sums up the game so far. And we're just trying to flee. We do finally get a 6 back. Hooligan is going to have a fight here. Oh, here we go. Big uppercut. Bosh. Pushing the troll towards the cage. And in he comes now. He's fighting the DT. Gets a 6 on the DT. Here we go. Heroic troll. Can he make the play? He's got to stay up now. Against like Varag and company. But you never know. The snakes are hunting Puppet Justice to try and keep the game alive. If Varag snakes, it would be an incredible turn. Imagine Varag snakes we go to OT. It'd be wild. Might have enough to make it 3 dice on the guy, unfortunately. Puppet should buy a lottery ticket. Bro, he's living in America at the moment. He's got enough problems. You know, he probably needs to work on an exit plan. Doesn't need to worry about lottery tickets. Anyway. Quad skulls, please. Absolutely. Everyone here wants the quad skulls. I thought he'd go for 3 dice with Varag. I think you can do it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Might be a little bit OTT. Yeah, we're just going to go with 2. And that will do it. That's a 6. Haven't said that much this game. And Wacky Wacky is going to run it in for the trophy in a second. There's no real opposition left. The Hooligan is unfortunately 1 square too far out of range, so we can probably just sideline cage and then do the wall of death. Yeah, so there's a mathematical out here. You stand here, and then you literally line your players up over here, and this Goblin can't actually get to the ball. We're standing in troll range, so that implies we're going to do some sort of cage instead. Unfortunate. And the worst part is, normally, you know, this game would end pretty quick. But because it is a final, you know, everyone's playing to the, you know, no one wants to throw the final from this such a strong position. So there are going to be long old turns here. We're using up all of the bank because we want to get this right. Because the consequences of getting it wrong and somehow losing from this position if you're Puppet Justice would be severe. You wouldn't be able to show your face for a while. But as it stands, there's 1, 2, 3 pieces left to activate with the King of Loser. And one of them is a troll with no friends, so that activation probably won't last very long at all. I believe all we can do really is run this gauntlet, stand here, get up and blitz, kill Varag and take 2 rushes to stand here, and then just pray. That's probably the only line. The only line I can see. Maybe you would go, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that just gives you a blitz off, so it's really sketchy. You have to try and get to this square, really. And that takes you through diving tackle land. And that's nowhere you want to be going. Let's have a quick rundown of the casualty bench, shall we? We've got a sent-off fungus, a dead wrestler. What is this one? Seriously injured loony, badly hurt lineman, missed next game sidestepper, badly hurt lineman, and a badly hurt diving tackle, knocked out sidestep, knocked out lineman, 2 more knocked out linemen, and this troll faked his own death. We're going to run this guy around to stand up troll, and we're going to try and take a constellation prize. Or a constellation 1, as we do roll really stupid on the blitz activation. Yeah, the 2 bribes not getting used feels a bit rough. I think he was hoping for the hooligan to be fouling. But he's literally not been able to get a knockdown some turns. And because yeah, because he got turned over and put 1-0 down, there's so little, like, you can't really waste time playing for damage when you're 1-0 down. You have to just, like, put everything into the scoring or the scoring play, which means you don't actually get many foul activations. Because either you do the heroic play and catch up, which we did do, or you, like, do the heroic play and it fails and you haven't been able to activate the hooligan yet. Speaking of trolls, all the trolls have had enough. Every brain has short-circuited at once. Barag is going to continue to get to work there, I think. Gets this guy out. We blitz the hooligan, remove the hooligan, and then we're really cooking with gas. With the pitch clear. This is pretty much a pitch clear already, to be honest. Yeah, hooligan does have sneaky kit. That's fair. But if the hooligan's doing his job, you're breaking armor on the fouls. That's what I'm gonna say. That's how sneaky kit works, right? Hold on, in play. Oh yeah, armor value. Speaking of fouls, let's go. How do I unpin? Oh, right, he's stuck there now. You're stuck there looking at the hooligan. Oh, there we go. You just pin an empty square. That's how that works. Still learning the UI. I think it's just a pass turn angle, no? I don't know how... Or Varag blitz and pass turn. Hopefully he doesn't take another 2 minutes to figure out this one. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. Maybe they're chatting in Discord, commiserating. Wouldn't be surprised. All right, we're running. I think that might have been a misclick, and that was supposed to be our blitz activation, or not. Maybe I think it was probably a misclick because this guy's on diving tackle. Yeah. Quarter one, dodge skill. And you just gotta let that go. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna throw teammate land to try and take this to OT. It would be an incredible final if it did manage to go to OT from this position. Barra gets a knockdown on the hooligan. And knocks it out. KO's getting more and more important. Now we have a little dance and we run into 2-1 touchdown for the Goblin Town Generals. It is now all or nothing. And some guys stood up. How many players we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. 5 players left for the King of Loser, the Green Goblins. Wait, do they have an Apo? Why is the doctor here? Maybe he's always there. Maybe he's there all the time. Stop. Yeah, there's no Apo. Maybe the doctor's just hanging out. You never know. Maybe maybe someone in the crowd needs medical attention. That's why he's here. Big anti-throw teammate setup. Just getting yeah, I do block. It does block the hold on. I can fix that. We can do something like this. There we go. That's a bit better, I think. I don't. Let me know if you can still see read the actual chat, or if it's too small now. That hopefully you'll fix it. Yeah, I mean there is There's pockets to land in. Doable. Very doable. We do have a reroll as well. We have a reroll. This guy can step up to throw a bit further. We want to land about here. Here, ideally, and then just go... Whoop. Right. This can all be over with a kick, though. If the kick is deep, it is GG and well played. All right. Here we go. Here comes the kick. Only Puppet Justice would take 15 seconds to kick the ball. Oh, we had a quick snap. That's pretty good. That gives us odds to catch. Watch it bounce behind us. I knew it. I knew that would happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Okay, can the troll do something? Oh, come on. Okay. That was supposed to be one of the easiest parts of the whole sequence. And a consolation injury. The turn 16 injury to pad the stats and make this look more even than it was. We get a 6. Ooh. Can we hand it off? We can. Now with the throw. A step forward and throw. Put yourself in this pocket. He's not stupid. Oh, he failed the landing. I think he was out of range anyway. Yep, unfortunate. But that is it. GG, well played. Perfect justice. Goblin Town server admin has rolled over his opponent in the final for a 2-1 win. And it shouldn't have even been that close. Let's see if we can get to the actual Goblin Town. See if we can get to the actual ending screen. So we can have a look at some of these dice. Goblin Town. Schedule. Stats. Dice rolls. Here we go. Yeah, Goblin Town Generals rolled as many pals as they did pushes. Which is sums it up pretty nicely, I think. But it's been it's a bit of a rough one. But then we'll see if they come into chat. I'm sure Puppet Justice might want to come by for a cheeky gloat. But that was the game. It was a really brutal one, starting from the very first kick. The kick landed on pretty much the halfway line with a blitz. So the Goblin Town Generals kicked to themselves, in effect, and never really looked back. There was a heroic play from this line goblin here. I can't read Critic. Where he dodged out of dive. The chainsaw snaked to bring him down, so he dodged out of diving tackle, pushed the player away, picked it up, and ran it in on a rush to level it up. Unfortunately, it took 2 rerolls, and that meant that the throw teammate on turn 16 couldn't work. They just did not have enough dice to get that over the line, and in between those events, it was just a brutal beatdown. So yeah, bit of a Goblin Town classic to finish the tournament off. I think we all figured this was coming. But congratulations to Puppet Justice. He'll be playing in the Blood Bowl World Championship. Don't know when that is. Some point in the future. But he will be going. And Puppet, please tell me your please tell me that you're going to take goblins to that competition and do the world a favor. Congratulations on your brutal dicing of the opposition. Dice Lord has arrived himself, absolutely. Unleashing some admin dice on the field. It doesn't feel earned at all. IMO. Bro, we have fucking Stadler and Waldorf in the Twitch chat here, Puppet Justice. This is great. But yeah. Congrats, bro. There was nothing wrong with the blitz into kickoff catch. No, I agree. Pure skill. I was excited when Varag decided to take a nap for the entire game. I thought there was a world where the King of Loser would like come back into it, but your goblins just didn't die. There was a moment where like they threw a teammate into your goblin. Your goblin was fine, and the goblin that was thrown into him was knocked out. And there were two situations where you both downed for damage on your goblin. Your goblin was fine, and their goblin was injured. It was like, what are we watching? It was brutal, dude. The hidden mighty blow was in force. It was crazy. In true Goblin Town fashion, it was a brutal beatdown. 100% fair. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your victory with some more painkillers, or however you spend your... I was about to say go have a drink, but if you're like that high on painkillers, maybe you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. But I hope you enjoy the adulation of Twitter's chat. They're really bending over backwards for you. But yeah, commiserations to oh god, Agi Kipad in Akopi. If you do watch this back, I'm very sorry. That was a really hard game to play. And unfortunately, you do get something, right, Puppet? You do get like a you think, I like the way you think I haven't been enjoying a beer and a smoke. That's why you took 2 minutes a turn, even though you'd won the game. And that's why you took 15 seconds to kick off when you're 2-1 up. I get it now. I see the vision.